Yeah.
All right.
All right, welcome to BLKDMND Studios. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
So, 1K, tell me about your name. How'd you become 1K?
Easy shit. Just keeping that shit 1K. That's what people know me for. Even every tough situation. I always came out on top. So I just call myself 1K. That's why I put SINNBADD with it. Because niggas sin it every day, but shit, we come out on top. So I just put that shit together like that.
And when did you start making music?
Sheesh. When I started making music, I was really a jit. I was a real jit. Like, I was young as fuck. It actually started me going at my cousin's house. I only started going over there on some shit. My old boy had to work, so we used to go over there. My cousin had a little studio at his crib on some shit. I started playing around. And from there, that shit I just kept rapping. I just stuck to it. I ain't never really labeled myself as a rapper. I just always kept doing it. Like, no matter what, I ain't never start rapping. Like, every chance I got to go to the studio or I'm chilling with somebody that be in the studio, if I could, I'd lay a track down. But I was never one, like, so anxious to get in the studio, though.
So you say you didn't label yourself as a rapper. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're just, like, you're leaving yourself open to do other things like sports and whatnot, or what do you mean?
Yeah. I would say that. I'll say that.
What else were you into?
I mean, sports, that shit died like high school. Like, that shit been died for me. Like, I knew I wasn't going to be focused and, like, have that long commitment to that type of thing. So I gave that up early. Like, really, basketball and football, I gave that up early. Like, I knew I wasn't going to commit to that everyday lifestyle. But rapping, this shit, I think somewhere down the line, I might just fuck around and just claim myself as a whole-time rapper, but I leave stuff open for, like, a bigger career on some shit. Feel me? Like, I never know where I might take myself. Like, I never know what I might interest myself in. Like, I might find some shit new in the world that I like to do. Feel me? Like, you never know.
That's what's up.
Have you ever tried your hand at acting?
At acting? My uncle, he an actor, to be honest. He an actor. He trying to get into acting and shit. But, you know, we from Miami. Like, we from the bottom. So that shit kind of hard to, like, reach out to people that you really need to contact to. But acting, I never really looked into it. I had drama class at Mays out there in Miami, Florida, out there in Cutler Bay. We had drama class. That was like one of the best acting classes I've ever been to. That was actually the only one I've been to, but we took that pretty serious. I feel like if it came down to it, I could act. If it came down to it, but I don't think I'd be like a big ass successful actor. That's just what I know. That's how I feel.
You mentioned that you're from Florida. Like, how did you end up in New Mexico?
True.
Sheesh. I ended up in New Mexico. That's a long story. When I first left Miami, I just went up from there. Shit, I left Miami with nothing really. Like, I ain't have a fuck thing when I left Miami, and I ended up in Colorado when I left Miami. When I got to Colorado, shit. Me and my boys, we kind of rented up on some shit in Colorado, and that's when motherfuckers started contacting me. Like, my manager now, he went to contact me like, shit, you touching a lot of money. Why you don't get in the studio? So from there, I can say rapping kind of elevated for me for there, and that's kind of how I got all the way over here. Cause instead of going back to Miami, I kept meeting more people with this rapping shit, and then I didn't know who I wanted my loyalty to be to. You know, like trying to find your studio, trying to like get settled. You know, all that stuff required in where you at, what you got going on. So from Colorado, I fucked around, moved Wyoming, which was next state over. Met some dudes out there. Man, I'm sorry, I forget the name of that studio. I really did. It was actually a barbershop. Also, they had a studio in the back. I was gonna settle there, but I was only in Wyoming for like 6 months. Right after Wyoming, I moved to Cali. And when I moved to Cali, I went to visiting all type of studios. I mainly was trying to get in like the big studios. Like, I was trying to put my name out there big time. And I got comfortable, settled down with a little lady, a little bride. And shit, just, Cali expensive shit. shit just went left, like with life and shit, and with that music shit. So I came out here because my brother was out here. We stashed out here, ran it up out here. That's when I found y'all, Black Diamond. When I found Black Diamond, I went to work. I ain't stopped. Every chance I got, I touch bread, I'm in the studio. Like, I get a chance, I'm in the studio. Like, whatever I could do to get in the studio, I'm in this bitch. For real, every day. So that's how I can say that shit really started. Like, ever since I left Miami, this shit been going and going and going. And a lot of people seeing that shit, and a lot of people been telling me, like, you gone. So I just rode the wave, shit. Honestly.
How would you describe your sound?
How would I describe my sound? I don't know. I was listening to some shit I made the other day, boy. Whew. I listened to some shit I made the other day. Man, I don't know. It sound like I could be qualified for like some rap battle or some type shit. But then again, I got numerous flows. Like, I could change that bitch. I've been trying to compare it to something, but then again, I don't be want to compare that shit to nothing, because I don't want motherfuckers trying to say I'm trying to sound like somebody else, you feel me? But I be trying to compare that shit to something like, damn. But then I might just be tripping. I might just have like that one voice that don't nobody got. Like, I might just have that sound that you just can't find. So I don't know. I really been trying to see. I really don't know. But the shit shocked me, because I played one of my songs the other day by accident, and I didn't know who the fuck that was. Like, I didn't know what that was. I had to run it back. So that's a good ass question. That's a great question, for real.
So as far as like musical inspirations, is there anyone that you hear that kind of that triggered you, like, yo, like I want to fucking hop on a beat or something, like I want to rap?
I'm gonna say Lil Wayne did at a younger age though. That's at a younger age, you feel me? Cause wasn't nobody really rapping like that around that time, like at all. Especially being from where I come from. Even where I come from, they was listening to it too. So a lot of people weren't really hearing it like that. So I'm gonna say at a young age, Lil Wayne. But like inspiration now, like when I see shit now and I hear shit now, I fuck with Lil Baby and Da Baby. Like,
Yeah.
I fuck with them both. Like, them both. I fuck with Da Baby. His energy is out the roof. Like, when you see his energy, that shit it make you feel totally different. Like, for real. Because he could be going through, he going through a whole bunch of shit. But his energy just like, oh man, that take a strong person to do some shit like that.
He keeps it G too. He stays hard.
You feel me? And Lil Baby, he just, with that rap shit, like, he's showing you what the fuck to do. Like, he's showing you what to do. Like, if you want to do this shit, and if you really talented like this shit, by any means, do a verse, put some sound out there, like, make music, like, stop playing, like, don't be doing none of this goofy shit. Like, for real, like, Lil Baby really, when I watch him, his interviews, like, he really showed me that shit. Like, yeah, we could be chilling in the hood anytime, like, we could be doing whatever, but once you realize you ain't doing shit, bro, take your ass to that studio. Like, especially if you know you got it, go get to the studio. And a lot of people telling me that, so like now that shit like kind of sticking to my head. Like, you ain't doing shit, bro, go to the studio, for real. Cause if not, I'm gonna waste the bread on some dumb shit.
What are your guilty habits when it comes to spending?
Food.
Damn.
Not even
I feel
necessarily
you.
food though. It be like shit that you ain't never seen before. Like a smoothie shop. Like, you can live in that town your whole life. You'll fuck around and see one smoothie shop and be like, the fuck?
Yeah.
That's me. Like, I'm gonna try everything. Like,
No
that's
doubt.
one thing. I got that shit from traveling. Like, for real. Like, traveling out, like, trying different foods and shit. This shit out here, I ain't never knew they had. So, my money gonna go to food. I'm gonna try. Even, like, pizza places. Like, it's a whole bunch of pizza places. I'm from the hood. I only ate Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, motherfucking Domino's. I ain't never ate no other pizza. Like, so I be trying like a lot of shit. That's my bad habit right there with that money. I'll go buy some food, for real.
No doubt.
Is there any place like in your travels that you just miss that you want to go back just for the food?
Man, fucking Colorado, Denver, dog. Denver, fucking Raising Cane's, Insomnia. But they just got shit that you just can't fuck with. They got Noodle Company, bro. You can't go wrong with Noodle Company, man. I don't know if y'all had that shit.
No.
Go look that shit up. Noodle Company, boy. That shit a real place. Like, they got that shit almost everywhere. Except for in Florida, we got that shit. But Noodle Company, that shit serious. And Qdoba, that shit, like, Chipotle. That shit like Chipotle, but they got seafood kind of too. That shit go crazy. For real, that shit go crazy. Hell yeah, Denver. Damn, you making me miss Denver. Denver though, Denver, they got them food places for you. You feel me? But don't get me wrong. It's a lot more places out here that got hella more food places, but I ain't been. And that's why spending money on food my bad habit, because if I see a place I ain't been, I'm going.
Has COVID affected like the way you conduct your business or the way you live everyday life? I mean, I'm sure it has, but if so, in what ways? COVID
started a lot of shit. A lot of shit from being open. A lot of shit. It's your mindset. It's your mindset. You feel me? It's really a mindset. Either COVID, this shit either made you or it broke you. Real shit. Cause COVID, it put people to do a lot of shit on their own. A lot of shit individual, you know. A lot of shit ain't open no more. You can't contact a lot of people because the situation. You can, but you got to do it mostly over phone, mostly over computer. You feel me? If you want some shit done, 9 times out of 10, it's directly, individually. So this shit either gonna make you or break you for real. Like your shit, your work stop or something, you gonna have to find another hustle. And that shit did affect like the hustle and shit. But then again, it did grow with the hustle. It did grow with the hustle out here. You feel me? Because motherfuckers went to stressing, so them fiends went to tweaking. So you know what time went. So I can say honestly, it didn't really affect me. It gave me a little growth depending on how you went. But as far as like, you know, working wise, yeah, a nigga rap. I do all this other shit, but I work. I'm always at work. I don't have so many fucking jobs in like 7 different fucking states. I stay working, so that shit really ain't affect me. That shit just canceled off a lot of shit that I needed to stop doing and made me focus on just getting bread, because a lot of shit wasn't going on. So really, that shit helped me, if anything, for real.
Back to the music. Are live performances something that you're interested in once COVID is over?
Yeah, I really am. I'm gonna fuck with some shows. You feel me? I be thinking twice about it, but I'm gonna fuck with some shows. I got some great ideas for some shows, so that shit be crossing my mind, but I be thinking twice about it, so I don't know. We gotta see what happens. But hell yeah,
all in due time.
Shit like that. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I hopes for that. It all depends about where the show at. I ain't even gonna lie. It depends about where the show at, for real.
Is there anywhere in particular that you wanna do a live show?
Atlanta and Cali. One of those. Atlanta and Cali. I'm from the crib. I'm from Florida, but Atlanta and Cali, for real, cause that home shit, you can't trust everybody from that crib. So Atlanta and Cali, that really be one of them. But don't get me wrong, I love to do a show in Florida, but man, there's some apes out there. For real, some apes out there. You gotta be careful. So probably Atlanta or Cali. I'm fucking with Atlanta heavy because that's like another Miami right there, just bigger. You feel me? So I fuck with Atlanta because I know how to adapt around some shit like that because I grew up around it. But somewhere where a lot of motherfuckers know me, nah, I take my pass on that. I would, but feel me? It just, I gotta see. I go about it different, for real. I would.
When it comes to like upcoming musical moves, do you got songs on the way, albums on the way?
Hell yeah, I got a motherfucking mixtape on the way. Please stay tuned. The mixtape's on the way. Mixtape, by the way, is called Bad Company. For real, it's called Bad Company. The mixtape. I got 2 singles coming out next week. Really, fuck them all. That shit drop on the 6th. I'm sure that shit right there. That's good. Hey, stay tuned for I'm Sure. That's gonna be a hit right there. I listen to that shit. That shit gonna be nice. I think they gonna react to that nice. That shit drop on the 7th. I'm Sure drop on the 7th. Fuck them all drop on the 6th. And then my 2 singles that's dropping. That's next week Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday next week, the 6th and the 7th.
As far as like music that you listen to, is there anything that you listen to that would surprise other people?
I be bumping Mrs. Elliott.
Oh, she dope though, dude.
Her old shit though.
She dope, dog.
She got this one song, Miss Elliott. She got this one song. It's called "Play That Beat." Oh, that shit goes so crazy. That shit go crazy. If I play that around somebody, like they probably look at me crazy, like, what the fuck? But I fought with Missy Elliott, to be honest. And if you listen to my music, you can tell, like, I take part energy from her. Like, a little bit of energy come from her for real. Like, a little bit of sound come from her. So, I think, motherfucker, if I play that, because I got a lot of her on my phone, so if I play that shit or one of her songs come up on my phone or on my playlist, I think somebody will look at me crazy about that.
Is there anyone that you have, like, a dream collab? Anyone? Sky's the limit.
What? Anyone? A dream collab? A dream collab? I ain't gonna lie on some real nigga shit. I need a collab from Ice Cube. Ice Cube, I gotta... The way, man... The way I was raised, the way I grew up, like, this shit just totally different, like. And I've been out there, like, I've been out there, like, I seen how they live. I don't know how they were living, like, back then, you know, when he was out there, but I seen, like, part ways of how they living and shit, like. And then how he rap, like, the way he do shit. I fuck with that. I'm an old head, too, you feel me? Like, I still vibe my old boy. I still vibe my uncles and shit, so we still kick it. We drink, we listen to Too Short, Scarface, you feel me? So like Eazy-E, I grew up on that type of shit, you feel me? So like
that's a lot of West Coast music, man. That's
the shit we grew up on though, cause like my old boy was a fan of Tupac, so like you know that's all that shit came together. You feel me? Of course I was hearing other rappers from, you know, where I'm from, like you know, Rick Ross, Plies, like Iceberg, like I was hearing people like that, but my old boy put in my head like different shit, and I just took upon different shit.
That's
so,
what's up.
And if I had to pick another one, I want one from Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne and Ice Cube, I go crazy. I go crazy, for real, for real.
Outside of the studio and everything, and work, you know, what do you like to do with your free time?
Normally, I be like traveling. I be traveling a lot. Like if I'm not at work, I'm always trying to go somewhere. Like I'm a city person, so I'm always trying to go somewhere. I'm always trying to do something. Like that revolves back to that question you asked me about the COVID shit. Like that's what that shit affected. Like I don't be able to do shit. Like I be trying to get out. Like that's why I be missing the crib sometimes. Like, I be having to go back to the crib because Miami, that shit like ain't like we obey our laws different in Miami. Like we don't really see laws. Like that shit don't really mean nothing to us. Like you really gotta like put us in our place at that moment. Like if you don't do that, like them rules don't mean shit for real. So like that's why I like going back home because it'll give me shit to do. That's what I do on my free time. Like I'm trying to do some shit. Like I might hit up one of my homegirls like, what's good? Like you know somebody selling some drinks? Like let's go get some drinks and some shit. Or some shit like that. Like here, you gotta drive like far as fuck to go to a whole nother town. So that shit different for real. But I like to do shit. If I can't really do shit, I'm playing the game really. I might start screaming on some shit, you know. I might start get me a like computer and shit and start screaming because I be playing the game and shit going crazy on Apex for real. Y'all add me on Apex too, man. Jermaine1K. Jermaine with 2 E's. JERMAINEE 1K. That's my gamer tag.
Are there any video games that you grew up playing?
When I was legit, I used to have anger problems. So like, you feel me? My cousin, my old boy, them, they used to bet on the games and shit. Like they used to play Madden and 2K and shit and bet on the games and shit. I was never really good at that type of shit. Like especially when it came to gambling like that, I was never good at that shit. Like, you feel me? So when Call of Duty came out, I forgot which one it was. I think it Call of Duty Black Ops. When they came out with the first zombies, they came out with that shit. That's around the time I started smoking. They came out with that shit. My whole house was playing that shit. Like we up 3-4 in the morning. Some nights we ain't even going to sleep playing this shit. And then I just adapted to Call of Duty. Once I adapted to Call of Duty, they started coming out with like different types of like playing fields, like Fortnite and shit. That's when I started getting into gaming for real, like through that Call of Duty shit. I fuck with Call of Duty heavy. I be on there. I'm on Call of Duty too, so y'all could add me on that too on Xbox. I got PlayStation 2, but I don't turn that shit on. I don't fuck with PlayStation.
What's your creative process like?
Creative process? My creative process, what you mean? Like, you mean like in all fields of it? Like,
yeah.
My creative process? First off, I feel like I'm mad at creative. I feel like sometimes I don't even see myself as a rapper. Like, I see myself as like a visionary because like most of the shit that I say, all my shit, I be having a vision for that shit. Like, I say that shit because I done seen it. Like I know it. Like, oh yeah, this can happen. Like that's why I say that shit. So I see myself as a visionary, even with shooting a video or coming up with an idea. Like for whatever the fuck it is, I feel like I'm a visionary because I'm gonna think like out the box every time. Like I'm always gonna think out the box for real. You gotta think out the box. You got to. It's the same. It's the exact same with writing. Like if I can't relate to it, or if I can't see it, or if I can't feel it, I'm not gonna put it on my paper. You know, writing got easy to me. It done got to the point to where, oh shit, I got a flow now. I can say any fucking thing now. That don't mean put anything on this fucking paper. You feel me? So I really think and visualize about the shit that I be wanting to say and like how I want to come about it. I feel like that's why you asked me about that acting shit, because I feel like my character really come out when I write. Like everybody got that one character, but my shit really come out when I write. Like when I write, it's like I turn into a whole nother dude. Like there's nothing but previews of movies going in my head as I'm trying to write. This shit is crazy. And when I write it and then I say it, it be a whole other shit. Because it's like once I say it, it's like, oh shit, movie's playing. Like, damn, that shit go together. And it don't take me too long to write. That's the crazy part. It don't take me too long to write. I done seen people come in the stew, and they'll lay down what they got, and they'll be like, hold on, I gotta write. They waste a whole nother hour because they gotta write. Nah, like when I come in and I do it, I be realizing that shit about myself. Like, damn, I went that bitch. I came up with this on the day. I only had this, and I laid that shit down. And right after that, I made some shit within seconds, and that shit, it's a real bar. This shit go crazy, like from seconds. You feel me? It ain't too many people with a mindset who can put some shit together like that quick. Everybody rapping, but not everybody signing the same. You feel me? So for me to put that shit together like how I did. I'm proud of that shit, for real. I feel like I'm a visionary, for real. And I don't think too many people can feel like that, because it's either you good or you not.
Me and you talked about this a while back. Marijuana. How you feel about marijuana?
How I feel about marijuana?
It's becoming legal in a lot of places right now.
How I feel about marijuana? Me, honestly, I grew up out that shit, but that marijuana shit, that shit ain't for the weak. I'm gonna say it ain't for the weak. I feel like, I don't know, it's a lot that come with that shit, because some people need it. Like, some people really need that shit. Like, for real. Like, I'm either taking therapy, for real. Hey, and a lot of y'all need to start doing that, man. Mental health, that shit, serious. Y'all need to see the counselor, for real. But if your mind ain't strong enough, man, I don't feel like you should be smoking weed. Or my honest opinion, if you ain't focused on your responsibilities or you ain't got your shit together, man, you shouldn't be focusing on weed. Like, real nigga shit, bro. Like, if you a nigga that you know you got priorities and you gotta pay this and you ain't get this lady her money yet, don't sit your ass on that couch and just cause you got another $10, you finna go out and go buy weed and roll up, bro, cause that shit ain't the way to go. Cause when you get high, you gonna get done, you gonna get lazy, bro, and you ain't gonna wanna do shit, bro. Gee, that's how they getting y'all ass. They coming out with all this stronger weed. That shit make you lazy, not wanna do shit. Why you think our old folks, some old heads in the hood, they out here snorting crack and shit, bro? And when they see that weed, what they say? They get that shit away from me, cause that shit don't got them up no more. That shit got them down. That shit got them not wanna do nothing. Feel me? Crackheads are hustlers, bro. They get anything they can get their fucking hands on. They smoke that weed, they ain't gonna be able to do that. They gonna be down. They ain't gonna wanna smoke no more. So I feel like you ain't got your shit together and your priorities ain't straight. Do not smoke that weed, cause that shit gonna put you in a hole, and whatever you feeling about, you gonna be like, fuck it. You gonna be like, fuck it. I'm telling you, so you don't got your shit together, don't worry about that weed, man. I know you be wanting to get away from them stressing and that hurting, but look, the only way to go about that shit, you gotta let that shit go. You gotta let that shit go. Cause 9 times out of 10, people out here smoking that weed cause they stressing or they going through some shit or shit just ain't ended up to what it seems. Bro, that weed gonna make that shit worse. For real. That weed gonna make that shit worse. You wanna get off your ass, put that weed down, bro. And a lot of people know that shit the truth. That shit growth. You put that weed down, watch how you grow. For real, cause a lot of shit change when you adapt to that weed shit. Like, you can't eat at certain times and shit. Watch how you grow. Like, watch how your mind just, like, you gonna feel different. For real. Like, at first, I thought I just had to pace myself with that weed shit. Because I was smoking, bro. I was smoking like crazy. Like, crazy. But, nah, bro, you got to put that shit down, bro. That shit stop you from doing what the fuck you got to do. Real shit. You got to have your shit together for some shit like that. Why you think the biggest niggas who sell that shit don't smoke that shit? Peep that. The biggest niggas who sell that weed, go find a nigga that's dedicated and sell weed 24/7. I bet that nigga smoke like 2-3 joints a day. With all that weed he touching, I bet he smoke like 2-3 joints a day. Real shit, bro. Real shit. Real shit. You gotta have your shit together for that shit, man. That shit. A lot of people think, oh, that shit ain't that bad. That shit. It is, bro. It is. Why you think they legalizing this shit, bro? We buying this shit. You feel me? We is really buying this shit. We really trying to... Niggas be out here on some Tony Montana shit with weed, bro. Why you think that shit like that, bro? Why you think that shit like that, bro? That shit get you in the mood to not... Because us as Americans, bro, we already fucking lazy. We lazy as fuck, bro. Go to any other fucking country, bro. They working. You go to any other country, bro, it's a hood for the kids working. You go to one of our hoods, bro, these kids out here really at the playground. Like, they really at the playground, bro. It's kids they age out here working for like 10 fucking cents, 12 cents an hour. Like, we lazy as fuck, bro. We don't work. And they giving us this weed to be even more fucking lazy. Like, G shit. G shit, all our focusing on is just money. So getting to all, that's all the person worry about now. He ain't worrying about his health. He ain't worrying about nothing else. He just smoking weed, trying to get more money. And what that becomes? A fucking fat ass, lazy ass American. You don't want to be that, bro. You don't want to be that, bro. So you gotta put that weed down and do what you gotta do for real. That's why I say a lot of people need to go out here and see a counselor, man. A lot of our people do not see counselors, man. We need to go see counselors, man, because mental health is real. So we need to go do that. For real. Even if you got to sit your ass right down on that computer and talk to a counselor through the computer, sit your ass on that computer, bro. Because mental health, that shit is real. For real. That shit is real. I had to learn that shit. That shit live. That shit is real.
Is there any kind of shout out that you want to give? Like, anyone?
I got to give a shout out to my mama. You feel me? She got to stay strong. You feel me? Shout out to D Money. You feel me? Free D Money. You feel me? My brother, man. My big brother. One of my oldest brothers, man. Free D Money. I want to give a shout out to Von Go. You feel me? AKA Blue Johnson. I want to give a shout out to Biz. You feel me? I got to give a shout out to my manager. He already know who he is, but, you know, his name stay anonymous. You feel me? That's how he like it. But, yeah, man, that far as my shots out, man. You know, you already know what I'm pushing. I'm pushing 4G, so it's shout out to the whole gang. Forever G, forever grinding. You already know how that's going. It's OBB, only about business, entertainment. Yeah, man. It's 1K.